In the far reaches of the galaxy, where countless stars hold untold mysteries, an extraordinary tale of love and defiance is about to unfold. This is a story that transcends the boundaries of worlds and cultures, where two beings from different realms find their destinies intertwined against the backdrop of political intrigue and cosmic conflict. At the heart of this epic saga is Lyra, the regal and enigmatic empress of an advanced alien civilization, whose responsibilities weigh heavily upon her. Her empire stands at the threshold of upheaval, threatened by those who seek power through treachery and deception. Lyra's every decision is a delicate balance between maintaining peace and confronting the shadows that lurk within her own court. Enter Mark, a skilled human diplomat sent from Earth to negotiate peace and forge alliances in a galaxy fraught with danger. His mission is clear, yet his heart is unprepared for the connection he is about to form. In the midst of duty and diplomacy, Mark encounters Lyra, and their meeting sparks a bond that defies the laws of their worlds. As the specter of rebellion looms, Lyra and Mark's clandestine love becomes a beacon of hope and strength. Their journey is fraught with peril, from the hidden corridors of the alien palace to the bustling streets of the capital, where every shadow holds a potential threat. Together they must navigate a labyrinth of secrets, facing enemies both seen and unseen, as they strive to unearth the truth and restore harmony. But in the face of such overwhelming odds, can love truly conquer all? Can two souls from different stars bridge the chasm of duty and desire to save an empire on the brink of collapse? Prepare to be transported to a world of wonder and danger, where every moment is charged with emotion and every decision could change the fate of an entire galaxy. This is a tale of courage, sacrifice, and the unbreakable bond between two beings destined to challenge the very fabric of their existence. And so, the story begins. The grand palace of the alien empire stood as a testament to their sophistication and power, its towering spires reaching towards the twin moons. Inside, the scent of exotic alien flowers filled the air, mingling with the sound of distant, haunting music. It was within these opulent walls that Mark, a skilled human diplomat, had been invited to a formal reception. His mission was clear: negotiate peace and protect human interests amidst rising interstellar tensions. As he moved through the crowd, Mark's eyes were drawn to a figure of grace and poise, Empress Lyra. She was introduced to him with a formality befitting her station, yet there was an undeniable spark in her gaze that held his attention. They were soon engaged in a tense discussion about the impending conflict threatening their worlds. Despite the gravity of their conversation, there was a moment, fleeting yet profound, where their eyes met and a connection was forged. "Would you like to see the palace gardens?" Lyra asked, breaking the formal tone with a genuine smile. Eager for a reprieve from the political tension, Mark agreed. The gardens were a marvel of alien flora, each plant more vibrant and otherworldly than the last. As they walked, they discovered a shared passion for ancient galactic literature. Lyra showed Mark a rare manuscript, and they bonded over the intricate tales it contained. As their tour ended, Lyra subtly handed Mark a small, intricately folded note. "There is more to this galaxy than what our duties dictate," she whispered, her eyes holding a depth of emotion. Mark pocketed the note, feeling its weight far beyond its physical presence. "Sometimes we must follow our hearts, even in the face of duty," he replied, his voice low and earnest. Their departure was marked by the watchful eyes of Lyra's trusted advisor, who viewed the human with suspicion. "Trust must be earned," Human, the advisor said, his tone cold. Mark nodded, understanding the challenge ahead. Yet, as he left the palace, the scent of the alien flowers lingered, and the memory of Lyra's touch on the manuscript stayed with him. The note she had given him hinted at deeper political machinations, suggesting potential betrayals within the empire. Despite the risks, Mark and Lyra agreed to meet in secret to explore the connection that had begun to blossom. In the shadow of duty and conflict, their love story was just beginning, a forbidden spark against the backdrop of interstellar politics. Their secret meetings became a cherished routine, each encounter deepening their bond. In hidden corners of the palace, away from prying eyes, Mark and Lyra shared stories of their respective worlds and dreams. Lyra spoke of the immense pressure she faced as Empress, the expectations that weighed heavily on her every decision. One evening, seeking a brief escape from the confines of the palace, Mark and Lyra disguised themselves and ventured into the bustling city. The streets were alive with vibrant markets and colorful alien species. The aroma of street food from various cultures filled the air, and the sound of laughter and music from street performers created an immersive atmosphere. They stopped to watch a street performance, a poignant display that spoke of love and sacrifice. The performance moved them both, underscoring the themes of their own burgeoning relationship. As they wandered the city, sharing a spicy alien delicacy, they felt a sense of normalcy and freedom rarely afforded to them. But their adventure nearly ended in disaster when palace guards came close to recognizing Lyra. The near encounter forced them to hastily return to the safety of the palace. In the quiet of their hideaway, Lyra opened up about her fears. "I fear what we have may be torn apart by the world around us," she confessed, her voice trembling. Mark took her hand, the simple touch conveying deep emotion. "You deserve to live, not just exist in duty," he said softly, his words a promise of support and understanding. Their bond strengthened as they shared these vulnerable moments. Lyra's growing trust and affection for Mark were evident, and Mark's realization of the heavy burden Lyra carried deepened his resolve to protect her. However, their clandestine relationship became increasingly dangerous as palace officials grew more suspicious. Lyra's advisor, ever watchful, warned her, "There are eyes everywhere, Empress." Despite the escalating risks, Mark and Lyra resolved to continue their secret meetings. The power of their love provided solace amidst the chaos surrounding them. Their connection, a source of strength and hope, was tested by the dangers of their situation. Hints of a larger plot against Lyra within the Empire began to surface, adding urgency to their relationship. Subtle clues suggested deeper political intrigue, foreshadowing the challenges that lay ahead. Yet, as they held each other in the quiet moments, they found comfort in the knowledge that their love, though forbidden, was a beacon of light in the dark times. Lyra and Mark sat in a secluded chamber deep within the palace, the walls lined with ancient texts and artifacts. The musty smell of the hidden chambers filled the air, adding to the sense of secrecy. Lyra's expression was grave as she began to speak. "Mark, there's something you need to know," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "The political situation in the Empire is more precarious than you realize." Mark listened intently as Lyra revealed the extent of her responsibilities and the weight she carried as Empress. She explained that a faction within the Empire was planning a coup, aiming to overthrow her and seize control. The threat was imminent, and the attackers they had encountered were just the beginning. "We need to act quickly to avert this conflict," Mark said, his mind racing with potential solutions. Lyra nodded, her eyes filled with determination. "I've been hiding this from everyone, even my closest advisors. But I trust you, Mark. We need to stop them." Mark agreed, feeling the urgency of the situation. They discussed potential strategies to expose the coup leaders and prevent the impending war. Lyra's confidante, a trusted servant named Kira, joined them, providing crucial information about palace politics and the key players involved. Their conversation was abruptly interrupted by the sound of distant footsteps echoing through the hidden passages. "We need to move," now Lyra urged, her quick thinking saving them from capture. Navigating the labyrinthine corridors, they narrowly escaped detection. The cold touch of stone walls and the dim light filtering through cracks in the ceiling heightened their tension. They finally reached a secure room, where Lyra shared her fear of the looming coup. "There's more at stake than just our lives," Lyra said, her voice trembling. "If they succeed, the entire Empire will fall into chaos." Mark felt his protective instincts intensify. "We must find a way to stop this before it's too late," he insisted. Kira, ever loyal, added, "I am with you, always." Their immediate crisis was averted, but the larger threat loomed large. They resolved to uncover the identity of the attackers and prevent the coup. As they examined the clues left behind by the attackers, they discovered a cryptic message hinting at a traitor within the palace. This clue would guide their next steps, adding another layer of intrigue to their mission. Determined to uncover the identities of the attackers, Mark and Lyra began piecing together the clues they had found. Their investigation led them to a series of encrypted messages hinting at a larger conspiracy. The messages were complex, revealing more than they had anticipated. Kira, with her deep knowledge of palace politics, provided invaluable insights. The power struggles within the palace run deep, she explained. There are many who would benefit from the Empress's fall. Mark worked tirelessly to decode the messages, eventually revealing the identity of the coup leader General Voss, a high-ranking military official with ambitions of power. They discovered that a secret meeting between the coup conspirators was scheduled for the following night. "We need to attend that meeting," Lyra declared. "We need to know their plans." Disguised and armed with courage, Lyra took a calculated risk and infiltrated the meeting. The scent of burning incense filled the secret room, creating an ominous atmosphere. The hushed whispers of conspirators discussing their plans heightened the sense of secrecy and danger. Lyra's heart raced as she listened in, the flickering candlelight casting eerie shadows around her. Just as they were gathering crucial information, their cover was blown. Realizing they had been discovered, Lyra and Mark had no choice but to flee. The bitter taste of fear and adrenaline surged through them as they made a desperate escape. "We're getting closer to the truth," Mark said, panting as they reached a safe distance. "I won't let them destroy everything we've built," Lyra replied, her voice resolute. Despite the danger, their escape was successful, and they now had vital information about the coup. However, they were now marked targets, with the conspirators aware of their investigation. The conspirators' motives and identities needed further exploration, but the immediate threat was clear. Lyra and Mark's resourcefulness and bravery were tested as they prepared for the next phase of their mission. They knew that the cost of power and the sacrifices it demanded were immense, but they were ready to face these challenges together. In the outskirts of the city, hidden from the prying eyes of the palace, Mark and Lyra found a secluded hideout. The air was filled with the scent of fresh earth and plants, providing a temporary illusion of safety. They sat close together, their hands intertwined, seeking solace in each other's presence. "We need to regroup and plan our next move," Mark said, his voice steady but concerned. Lyra nodded, her eyes reflecting the weight of their situation. "We've come so far, but the risks are growing. I fear for your safety, Mark." Mark squeezed her hand reassuringly. "No matter the cost, I will stand by you. We will face this together." In the quiet of their hideout, they shared an intimate moment, confessing their love for each other. Lyra's heart ached as she revealed the depth of her feelings and the dangers they faced. "I never imagined I could feel this way," she admitted, her voice trembling with emotion. "We'll face whatever comes together," Mark replied, his resolve unwavering. They spent hours discussing their plans, formulating a strategy to expose the coup leaders to the public. They knew the risks, but their love and determination fueled their resolve. Lyra wrote a heartfelt letter to Mark, detailing her love and fears, a symbol of their unbreakable bond. As dawn broke, casting a dim light through the trees, their moment of peace was shattered by the sound of approaching footsteps. "We've been found," Lyra whispered, fear gripping her heart. A sudden attack on their hideout forced them to flee. The quiet rustle of leaves in the breeze was replaced by the chaotic noise of pursuit. They moved swiftly, the taste of fear and adrenaline sharp in their mouths. In the midst of their escape, Lyra's thoughts turned to the letter she had written. "If anything happens to me, remember this moment," she had said. The letter, now a key element in their future plans, would serve as a reminder of their love and determination. Despite the immediate danger, they resolved to continue their fight against the coup together. Their unity and love provided a beacon of hope in the dark times. As they vanished into the city's labyrinthine alleys, hints of an impending major confrontation with the conspirators loomed large, foreshadowing the battles yet to come. Back within the palace walls, Mark and Lyra began seeking allies among the palace guards and the people. Their determination to build a coalition of supporters was met with both hope and resistance. The scent of old parchment filled the hidden archives where they held secret meetings, planning their next moves. They met with a sympathetic faction of palace guards, their armor clinking as they pledged their support. "We stand with you," Empress, their leader, vowed, his loyalty evident. Unexpectedly, a trusted council member, long thought to be neutral, offered their support. Your vision for the Empire is what we need, they said, adding weight to their cause. Lyra's confidante, Kira, played a crucial role, uncovering more details about the coup plot. There are many layers to this conspiracy, Kira reported. We need to be vigilant. But not all was as it seemed. A supposed ally turned against them, leading to a tense confrontation. You never should have trusted me, the traitor sneered, drawing a hidden dagger. The feel of the cold metal in the dimly lit passage heightened the tension. Mark and Lyra faced the betrayal head-on, their trust in each other unwavering. We must be careful who we trust, Lyra said, her voice filled with determination. Together we are stronger than they know, Mark replied, stepping forward to neutralize the threat. The immediate threat was neutralized, but the betrayal stung. Despite this setback, they managed to turn the tide and gain more supporters. Their cause grew stronger as more people rallied to their side, driven by the vision of a better future. As they solidified their loyal support base, Lyra's strategic thinking and Mark's leadership skills came to the forefront. They prepared for the looming battle that would decide the fate of the Empire, their unity and determination setting the stage for the conflicts to come. In the flickering torchlight of the secret passages, the scent of betrayal lingered, but so did the promise of victory. The narrative of allies and enemies intertwined, each moment adding to the complexity of their journey. With each step, they moved closer to a decisive confrontation, aware of the thin line between ally and enemy in times of crisis. Lyra and Mark stood together in the grand plaza of the capital city, their loyal allies gathered around them. The air was thick with tension, the scent of anticipation and fear mingling with the metallic tang of weapons ready for battle. Lyra's voice rang out over the crowd as she addressed her people, her words a rallying cry for unity and action. For the future of our empire, we must stand together, she declared, her eyes blazing with determination. The roar of the crowd in response was deafening, a testament to the support they had garnered. Unbeknownst to them, the coup leaders had planned a surprise attack. As Lyra's speech reached its crescendo, the enemy struck. Explosions rocked the plaza, and the clash of weapons filled the air. The scent of blood and smoke permeated the chaos as citizens and soldiers alike fought for their lives. Mark and Lyra fought side by side, their unity a beacon of hope amidst the turmoil. Mark's combat skills and strategic mind were critical in the heat of battle, while Lyra's leadership and bravery inspired her people. Their teamwork and unyielding resolve began to turn the tide in favor of Lyra's forces. "Hold the line," Mark shouted, his voice cutting through the noise of combat. "We can push them back." The battle raged on, the sight of flames and smoke rising from the city casting an eerie glow over the scene. The cries of the wounded and the clash of weapons created a symphony of war, each moment fraught with danger and determination. In the midst of the chaos, Lyra and Mark found themselves face to face with the coup leader. "This empire will be ours, no matter the cost," the leader sneered, brandishing a weapon. The battle was fierce, and Lyra and Mark fought desperately. However, the leader of the coup managed to escape, and his influence remained strong. As the battle in the square subsided, Lyra and Mark's forces achieved a temporary victory, but this was only the beginning. As the dust of the battle settled and the sounds of combat faded away, the weight of their sacrifices became a reality. The square, once filled with the voices of hope, was now marked by the scars of sacrifice and conflict. In the aftermath of the battle, the Grand Plaza was a somber sight. The scent of incense burned in memory of the fallen mingled with the quiet murmur of voices discussing the heavy casualties among their allies. Lyra and Mark walked among their people, offering comfort and support where they could. "We've lost so many," Lyra said, her voice heavy with sorrow. "The cost of this victory is almost too great to bear." Mark placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "We must honor their sacrifice by ensuring the peace they fought for." Lyra faced a difficult decision to ensure lasting peace. She had to choose between her personal desires and her duty to her people. Mark, understanding the weight of her burden, stepped forward. "I will take on this mission," he volunteered, knowing the risks involved. In the quiet of the palace, now a place of both hope and mourning, they shared a tender moment. Lyra's tears fell onto Mark's cheek as they expressed their fears and hopes. "I cannot lose you, not now," Lyra whispered. her voice filled with emotion. "For you, I would face any danger," Mark replied, his words a solemn promise. Lyra wrote another letter, this time filled with hope and love. It was a symbol of their bond and their unwavering commitment to each other and their future. The dim light of candles illuminated the palace halls as she sealed the letter, a tangible expression of her feelings. As Mark prepared for his mission, the reality of their potential separation weighed heavily on them both. The feel of Lyra's tears on his cheek and the taste of a bittersweet farewell kiss lingered as he left. The quiet determination in his eyes was a testament to his bravery and willingness to sacrifice for the greater good. Lyra, driven by her duty and respect for those who had fallen, remained strong. She knew that their love, though tested by the uncertainties and dangers ahead, would provide the strength they needed to face the challenges to come. In the somber aftermath, they accepted the necessity of the mission and the potential risks involved. The path ahead was fraught with danger, but their unity and love gave them the resilience to continue their fight for peace and justice. The future held the promise of a final showdown with the coup remnants, a battle that would determine the fate of their empire. The fortified stronghold of the coup leader was an imposing sight, a labyrinth of danger and fortified defenses. Mark, disguised and determined, infiltrated the stronghold under the cover of darkness. The smell of burning machinery and gunpowder filled the air, the sounds of blaster fire and distant explosions echoing through the corridors. Every step he took was a calculated risk, the cold, hard metal under his feet a constant reminder of the peril he faced. Mark's mission was clear: gather critical intelligence about the coup's final plans and relay it back to Lyra. As he navigated the treacherous passages, he uncovered vital information, detailed strategies, troop movements, and the location of key conspirators. The sight of the coup leader's forces preparing for battle heightened the stakes, their determination evident in every guarded corner and heavily armed checkpoint. Just as Mark was about to make his escape, his cover was blown. A guard recognized him, and a desperate struggle ensued. The taste of blood and sweat filled his mouth as he fought his way through the stronghold, every move driven by his determination to return to Lyra. The sound of blaster fire and alarms blaring added to the chaos, but Mark's resourcefulness and training saw him through. Back at the palace, Lyra had rallied her troops for the decisive confrontation. The Grand Plaza, now a battlefield, was filled with the roar of soldiers and the clash of weapons. The metallic scent of blood hung heavy in the air as Lyra's forces prepared for the final battle. She stood at the forefront, her leadership and combat skills on full display, inspiring those around her. When word reached Lyra that Mark had been discovered, she did not hesitate. A dramatic rescue mission was launched, her most loyal soldiers accompanying her into the heart of the enemy stronghold. The feel of cold metal and the sight of flames greeted them as they fought their way to Mark. In the midst of the rescue, Mark and Lyra confronted the coup leader. "This ends today. For the future of our people," Lyra declared, her voice strong and unwavering. "You cannot stop the inevitable," the coup leader sneered, but his defiance was short-lived. The final showdown was fierce and brutal, each side fighting with everything they had. The smell of burning machinery and the sound of blaster fire filled the air, the taste of victory tantalizingly close. Together, Lyra and Mark's combined strength proved too much for the coup leader. With a final decisive blow, peace was restored, the coup leader defeated. As the dust settled, the immediate conflict was resolved, but the future still held challenges. The sight of the battlefield, now quiet and somber, served as a reminder of the sacrifices made. Lyra and Mark, side by side, knew that their journey was far from over, but they were ready to face whatever lay ahead together. The empire began to rebuild after the coup, the scars of battle still visible but slowly healing. Lyra and Mark were celebrated as heroes, their bravery and leadership honored by the people. The restored palace, now a symbol of hope and renewal, was the heart of these efforts. The scent of flowers laid in memory of the fallen filled the air as Lyra and Mark attended a memorial for those who had lost their lives in the conflict. Lyra addressed the empire from the public square, her voice filled with determination and hope. "We will build a future worthy of their sacrifice," she declared, her vision for a new era of peace and unity clear. The crowd's cheers and the solemn silence during the memorial reflected the mix of emotions felt by all. Mark, standing beside Lyra, reflected on their journey. The love he had found amidst the chaos was his guiding light. As he looked at the palace, now a beacon of hope, he felt a deep sense of purpose. The feel of Lyra's hand in his, as they faced the future together, was a constant reminder of their unbreakable bond. Lyra and Mark reaffirmed their commitment to each other and their shared future. The quiet murmur of voices discussing the rebuilding efforts and the taste of a celebratory feast as they honored the heroes added to the sense of hope. The feel of Lyra's hand in his and the sight of the Empire's flag flying high symbolized unity and renewal. The rebuilding of the Empire was a testament to their strength and determination. The promise of new challenges did not deter them. Instead, it strengthened their resolve. Lyra's growth as a leader and her vision for the future, combined with Mark's acceptance of his place in her world, set the stage for a new chapter. As they stood together, the future seemed bright. "Our work has only just begun," Lyra said, her eyes shining with determination. "With you, I believe in our future," Mark replied, his love and support unwavering. Their confidante, ever loyal, added, "Your love is the strength of our empire." The theme of hope and rebuilding after adversity was evident as the empire began to heal. Lyra and Mark's love, stronger than ever, provided a foundation for the challenges ahead. Hints of new political and personal obstacles on the horizon did not dampen their spirits. Instead, they faced them with renewed vigor. The resolution of the immediate aftermath was satisfying, setting the stage for future possibilities. As Lyra and Mark looked forward, their journey was far from over, but they were ready to face it together, their love a beacon of hope and strength. The dawn of a new era began to unfold in the Empire. Lyra and Mark stood side by side as they initiated sweeping reforms aimed at creating a brighter future for all. The scent of fresh ink on new legislative documents filled the air as they worked tirelessly to draft and implement changes. The halls of government buzzed with the sound of debates and discussions. Each step forward met with both support and resistance. Lyra's vision for a better empire drove her every action. She addressed the council chambers, her voice steady and commanding, "Our work has only just begun." The conservative factions within the government, however, were quick to oppose her progressive agenda, fearing the upheaval of established traditions. Mark's new role as Lyra's chief advisor and partner solidified his place in her world. His strategic mind and unwavering support were invaluable as they navigated the political landscape. During tense moments, the feel of Mark's reassuring touch provided Lyra with the comfort and strength she needed to press on. Together, they faced a new conspiracy aimed at undermining Lyra's rule. The plot was uncovered through the diligent work of their confidante, who had become a crucial ally. "You are the change we needed," the confidante remarked, acknowledging the impact of Lyra and Mark's leadership. The threat required swift and decisive action. Lyra and Mark's teamwork was put to the test as they quashed the resistance, solidifying their rule. In a quiet moment, away from the bustling activity of the palace, Lyra and Mark reflected on their journey. They shared a touching moment, looking back on the challenges they had overcome and the love that had carried them through. "With you, I believe in our future," Mark said, his eyes filled with determination and love. As the empire began to heal, Lyra's confidence as a ruler and reformer was solidified. Mark's role as a supportive partner and advisor was highlighted, his contributions invaluable to their success. Despite the obstacles, Lyra and Mark's bond grew stronger. The implementation of reforms continued, each step met with its own set of challenges. Internal conflicts within Lyra about balancing reform and stability surfaced, but her vision for a better future for her people drove her forward. Mark's commitment to supporting Lyra and their shared goals never wavered. The narrative concluded on a note of optimism and determination. The empire was set on a path of renewal, with Lyra and Mark leading the way. Their love and partnership were the foundation upon which the future was built, and together they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Your support means a lot to us. Stay tuned for the next story.